Well, hello, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? It's great to see you all. Thank you for joining us. Not our usual time and all that stuff. But you know what? I think we got a topic tonight that you're really going to enjoy. Xenia's all dressed for it. There is a reason why. Before this looks too, I don't know, offensive.
Well,
It is heritage.
It's
heritage.
my heritage, so it can't be offensive whatsoever. In fact, it is a tribute to what we so much like about the creator that we're going to be talking about today. But we're also going to be talking about the other side of being a creator that everybody likes. Well, yes, a little bit of the Soviet theme here, as you can see. But we're going to talk about something that influences everybody globally and how far it is too far to go to be a YouTuber and get those views we all want. So hello and welcome here in the chat, new or already back. We love seeing you. Say hello in the chat. Love seeing you here in the chat, no matter if you're new or and joining us right now, or you're repeated a viewer. Well, welcome back. Montreal? Yes, we're from Montreal.
Yes, we are living in Montreal. Xenia is originally from Latvia, one of the post-Soviet countries, hence what she is wearing right now. And who we're going to be talking about tonight is a big supporter of that area, has done a lot for it to draw awareness to what the lifestyle is like today, as well as celebrating the history. And what he's gone through, it's a story for all YouTubers and all listeners. There is something in for everybody. And one of the most, it's a scary story what he's got, a very scary story. So you're not going to want to miss it. We're not going to be on too long tonight, but it's great to have you all in here. I want to say hello to Glitchy. We got Noel Sideshows. We got Mishik ASMR, Sunflower Queen Girl. Thank you so much once again for buying our merchandise. We so appreciate and showing it off. That is so kind of you. Thank you once again. Yeti Mountain Trading, how are you? Great to see RC. Dude, what is going on? Irish Jane, lawyer, once again was asking one, and I hope you're doing well tonight. Priscilla Nilla, how are you doing? Oh my God Almighty, Debbie C. So great they named her 3 times. How you doing? We got Johnny Pockney in the house. We got Game Rubik's Liam. We got Truckman on fire. What is going on, buddy? Great to see you. Punchy Paints is here. You guys all look amazing. We are going to visit Montreal tomorrow. That is awesome. That is awesome. It's kind of in a bit of a bind right now, like the rest of places, but
it's also very hot.
Yes, it's boiling.
Very, very, very hot.
104 degrees Fahrenheit today for all of our friends.
Over 40 degrees. It's crazy. So shorts, basically naked.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can see the city naked.
Yeah.
Phantom Flight 101, how are you doing? Herman, great to see you. We're doing fantastic. And thank you, Rock Truck Rob. Hey, you look better than the pic yesterday. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough day yesterday, thanks to one IKEA drawer putting together. I worked in forestry. I grew up in forestry. I grew up in a very rural area full of spruce, and then all of a sudden I developed this thing. Thank you so much for everything and you're doing for everyone in the chat. You awesome people. Love you. Enjoy the super chat. My God.
Thank you so much.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
Thank you so much to Sunflower Queen Girl. Thank you so much. I do appreciate she just received today one of our merchandise t-shirts with Super Sticker Super Chat on it. And thank you so much for posting Instagram. I will definitely check that out. And thank you for supporting us with Super Chat and our merchandise. Do appreciate it. Thank you.
That is really, really cool. Thank you so very much. Do appreciate it. And if you haven't been following us lately on community posts, this is the picture that Rock Truck Rob was talking about. This was me yesterday morning, full-blown wood allergy. That's why I had to leave woodworking. That's why I went back to school. That's why I studied multimedia integration. All came through from this. But believe you me, working in the forestry sector, by the end, I looked a lot worse than this. This was a good day.
Well, so literally, if you wouldn't have had the allergy, we wouldn't have had a YouTube channel.
That's right. Exactly. I agree 100%. And I want to take a moment, folks, to thank everybody for all the kind comments. I did heart them all. There's just too many to reply. I could barely read yesterday. Literally, I couldn't open my eyes. But I just want to say how much I really did appreciate them. You guys are really, really kind. Thank you so very much for all the amazing words.
Thank you so much for all the support, guys, and the
Yes.
comments as well. Thank you. We have new people joining us over in chat as well, so welcome them here. If they are new, welcome. Hello to you. Good to see you.
No man unbroken, our wandering son all over the U.S. How you doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing great. I got that one, Andrew. You got that picture? Yeah. Yeah, he said that I was in Fight Club. And yeah.
No.
And some of them figure you kicked the crap out of me. There's all kinds of different
That
reasons.
would be awful.
Yeah.
That would be so bad, and there's nothing even to joke about, so no. No. Okay, guys. Well, yes, thank you so much. We're nursing Andrew yesterday. He's still not 100% on his full
Joey.
energy, but you know what? YouTubers, right? And that's
Yep.
what we're going to be talking about. What does it mean to be YouTuber? Sometimes it doesn't look so rosy as it claims to be by some people. Well, especially those that haven't been on YouTube, YouTubers themselves. It all looks so nice and fun, but sometimes it can be pretty deadly, like you're going to hear later on today.
I have to get some grease, they call it, for mixing boards and any kind of electronics. I got to get some. There's something wrong with Xenia's gain. I could play with it right now, but it's going to drive you guys crazy because I'm going to crackle and pop.
Senia's game is off.
Xenia's game is off.
Yeah.
Okay. A gain was the word, but you know what? Why not? And I know English isn't your first language, right?
English is not my first language,
That's
as
right.
you can see.
We definitely got to get a
This
shirt
is my
and an
heritage.
emoji.
In fact, this is my grandmother's shawl, Andrew. My grandmother's shawl from the beginning of the last century. And some of the things on the hat here are from my dad. So if anybody wants to know, I'm offending anybody? No, it's my heritage.
Lynn, how are you? Evening. Thankful to see your swelling has gone down. No, Xenia is taking great care of you. She sure is. She definitely is. I can't even begin to joke about that. She always does that. She babies me whenever something's wrong.
He was a poor baby yesterday. Well, he wasn't milking it, but I felt like he was a poor baby. It was awful. I felt so bad.
I do got to mention Lynn, though. And Moment with Chip. Why? Because they are our members of the week that we draw every week. And we had our drawing, as usual, this Tuesday. So a great big shout out to our Wrenched Up member of the week, Moment with Chip. And, of course, our Wrenched Up Plus member of the week, Lynn and Turney. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you and all the support and the kind words and everything. You really are awesome. Thank you so much to the both of you. Everybody in here that is a member, anybody thinking of becoming a member, and if you're not, just the same, we truly appreciate having you all. But if you are looking at the members, folks, it does help us out a lot. There's a great crew. We have unlisted streams, private Facebook group, custom emojis, all the stuff. For the price of a super chat, you can get benefits that last the whole month long. So just click on that join button. The link is in the chat. You can also click on the super chat button and look at the join, and you'll see the two packages right there. These are in Canadian dollars, of course, not US, because that's where we hail from. JB Nation with a $2.99 chat. Well, thank you so very much for that. Do appreciate it. That is really, really kind of you. Hope you're having a great time. Enjoying everybody in here, and we're going to get into our chat in just a second, folks. Cubs Dan, we're doing great. Hope you are as well. It's fantastic to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, we got a really good thing to talk about here. This is really amazing in so many different ways. I love a good story that has different layers to it. And this one, there's a couple of different messages that are going to be really important.
Yes, definitely. It has multiple layers, guys, and it might be a little bit of different type of live stream for you than you're usually used to see here. A little bit of mix what we usually do with a little bit of something new. So hope that you enjoy that. So if you do, click that like button, share it out. As always, we prompt you to do that because guess what? It helps us as well as you in the chat. And if you're new here, please subscribe to us if you love what you see by clicking that subscribe button right there. And if you already subscribe to us, well, just make sure that you still are and ring those bell notifications for all notifications across all your devices so you don't miss a beat when we go live.
That's right, exactly. And there's Roger, Canadian Drone Hub. How are you, buddy? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. That's where I like to spend a lot of my mornings through the week. I haven't been there as much this week because a lot of things going on, but I'm missing them. Hope you're doing well. I have to work in the morning, Zoom meeting, so have a great night. See you. Noel, thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure to have you here. You have a fantastic night. Thank you for always oh my God almighty, Anna. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much for the kind words. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. The Gambler After Dark is in the house. I'm always talking about channels. I'm always saying we need more channels doing good lives.
Yes.
I got to hang out. What's going on, Gambler? And I'm not hinting towards this. I'm just telling you everything's happening. Unless we're everything we type is getting blocked, and moderators have to unlock it. We've been trying to get that settled with YouTube now for over a month. We get all kinds of helpful stuff like, and that's been more than productive. So I want to let you know why I wasn't talking as much. There's a guy, and he knows it and he celebrates. There's a guy who knows his audience. He doesn't have a ton of different effects and soundboards and all this stuff. He sits there and rings a cowbell, bangs his hand when he gets a good score.
Oh,
everybody
love
goes
that.
wild. 150 some people in the chat, and they're having a ball. That is what it's all about. So I've been on this mission to shout out people that are doing good live streams because I feel they're really in demand, very lacking on YouTube. The Gambler After Dark is the man. Really is. Awesome guy, awesome channel. I love it. I love it. It's just made to the audience and that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ding, 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 ding. Bang with the hand on the table. They love it. They eat it up. He knows his audience. He knows what they want. So that's what's really cool.
Yeti, hello, how are you? How are you doing today? Welcome in. Canadian Drone Hub is here, I see. And Lynn was saying that they were missing you in the morning.
I'm missing you guys too. I really am. Just been a lot of stuff. And with this morning, I was still trying to kind of... I did sleep in a bit because the sleep through the night wasn't that great. So I was kind of intermittent, we'll call it. So I got up at 8. This is the last time. I got up at 6. I got up at 4. I got up at 3:30. I thought I'd catch Paul doing a live stream at some point in between all of it. Laura Bruno.
That's surprise.
North of 54.
North of 54 Cinematography. Hello, good to see you here as well. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yes, fantastic channel. Good to see. Gaming Rubik just came from the run. I just wish that no running here, that's for sure. It's too hot to do anything, literally. Just flop on a bed.
Yeti, it could be Pusa bot, it could be YouTube. It's probably a mixture of both. It was a perfect storm when everything hit. Well, we can say it tonight. We're not going to say it too much, but we're already yellow coined anyways. COVID. We are yellow coined, folks, way before we even went live. We're not sure if it's a COVID or Bald and Bankrupt because just by putting his name in Google, already a warning for COVID comes up. So we're assuming it's been connected.
And hello to Cobbs Dan, who is listening in but can't type. Sunny J Shores is here. And Casey says, I was waiting all this time for the stream to start and my tab browser paused it. Yes, by the way, guys, I don't know if you are aware of that or not, but if you are using multiple tabs, especially on a Chrome, and you are watching a video or you're on a live stream, if you are going to switch the tabs, it's going to pause your live stream or video. So just make sure that you know that.
West Haven on forever. Xenia's going to scream like a banshee in a second, but first off, I want to say thank you for the sweet words once again. You are too kind. And getting there, starting to feel a little bit better today.
And yes, Haley family, good to see you here as well. And we have West Haven always and forever with the Super Sticker Super Chat. And if you're new, that means that you should cover your ears because it is time for Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat. Thank you so much for the Super Sticker Super Chat, Elena. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so very much. That is way too kind of you. Pixelpia, we're balanced. We're balanced. $2.50 a piece. We couldn't be happier. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are way, way, way too kind. You're balanced and then some. You got it just right there, perfectly.
And Blind Neil is offering that he can put you back to sleep if you ever have a problem. Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat, Super Sticker Super Chat. Pixelpia lifelong learning. Thank you so much for that Super Sticker Super Chat. Thank you so much for always providing balance. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I guess you didn't listen. We were balanced. You didn't have to do that. Jelly Duck, how are you? All the way from Kuwait. Hope you're doing fantastic. It's awesome to see you. Nomad, I'm broken once again. I hope you're being safe out there, traveling all over, venturing around. And Roger says, Andrew, your brother Mark says hi. Mark's not at your place. He can't get over the border. The border's closed. You trying to trick me,
and
Roger?
And if he is, you better say that he's not.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Unless you're married, I don't know. That would be a different.
There would be something.
Yeah,
there would be something. That might happen. That could happen.
We have Punchy Pains here. Well, I am feeling much better, but Andrew, in the meantime, got a huge, humongous allergy yesterday. That's why we couldn't stream yesterday. You can see on our community post. He was all fluffed up, like a fluffy bunny right there. You can see a very poor fluffy bunny. Couldn't see nothing. Couldn't even watch TV. Couldn't even watch screen for a long time. So it was very, 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 very sad situation yesterday. So yeah, this feels a little bit better. A little bit flaky there on the skin.
My eyes are going to be horrible for the next couple of days.
But this is what YouTubers to be YouTubers means. The story of Dwan. Hello, how are you?
Great. Well, glad you made it back. Laj, you are crazy. Oh my God, Almighty, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Laj DIY, also hot and heavy in Montreal right now. Super six, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat. You are amazing for doing that 30-day trip across the Canadian land. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Super six, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat. Laj, thank you so much. And we have following up with Arcade Revolution. Hey, you, thank you. Super sticker, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat, super six, super chat. Thank you so much to Arcade Revolution. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you for getting her all wound up, as I always say, pulling the blanket off the budget cage, and you sure did it in great fashion. Thank you so much for doing that. We do appreciate you guys' support. You're absolutely awesome. And Laj, I hope you're being safe out there. Laj's not back yet.
Yes, Laj is back.
He is back.
Will be a week and a half, I think. Now he's back. He's trying to now put all his energy into video editing, but the cars are pulling him out of the editing, so he might need to lock himself into the office, he said. Now it's dark. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you. And thank you, Computer Chick, for having my side on this one. Poor Andrew. I need the poor Andrews right now.
Yeah,
thank you very
Andrew.
much. Rocking it already. Haley family, what's going on? Great to see you. Folks, we're not going to be on for too long tonight, so we're still going to jump into our topic here. Let's rile up the budget. Oh, my God. Arcade Revolution.
Yeah. There might be some chicken sounds, going on appropriately to the theme here. Shane Radu, good to see you here as well. How are you doing? Johnny here, putting all the stickers out there. Love that. And MFBTV is sporting all our custom emojis here for them memberships. And the story of Dwan is just laughing. That's I love that.
In Latvia, the chicken says "Borushki."
Yeah, we could devote a whole different live stream about how different animals actually are talking different languages.
Borushki.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You told me that yourself. You said cows say "monisfor."
The cow says moo. The rooster says kikarigoo. Okay? So there you go. Now you know animal language.
What does the pig say?
Hru, hru, hru. Or in Latvian, it's ruk, ruk, ruk.
Of course. Latvian would have their own one on top of it. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
What else is there? A dog is guff, guff. Or
yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
What's a cat?
Meow.
No, it's a different one.
Meow. Beak. Okay, that's enough of Animal Crossing there, Soviet style. Oh my!
My head's on fire. I feel like somebody just threw battery acid across my forehead and lips. This is fun. Feel the burn. Run with it. If you see me picking at my face or taking a pitchfork to it, you know what's going on during tonight. So I'm just letting you know. Oh my.
So there you go. A little bit in on that. Well, but nothing of this makes sense to you, it's gonna make sense in just a couple of moments when we dive into our subject of the night.
Oh no, it won't. I can guarantee you that. That's false advertisement right there.
And see, Jim Apple had some Publix the other night. I miss Publix. Yeah.
Thank you, West Haven. Thank you, Elena. You're sweet. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a little hot. It's a little stingy. I'm not going to lie to you, but we're going to get through this. We're going to have a great talk, folks. Great to have you all in here. Please hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends. Yes, for yellow coin. Yes, for not UGN this time. We got all kinds of cards stacked in our favor, we got cats doing dickery-do. I'm sitting here with a face covered in acid.
Oh, you mixed everything up. But thank you so much for being here in the chat, and that's what matters the most, so we can have a conversation with you with live chat here and discuss our topic tonight.
But I do want to give our rockstar welcome just before we get started. I want to say hello to Yo-Yo's Crazy World. We got Yeti Mountain Trading, West Haven, always and forever. Vegan Realist is in the house. We got Truckman on Fire. We got Tornado Gaming 234. The Story of Dawn is here, folks, as well as Sunflower Queen Girl, who bought some of our merchandise. Showed it off. Thank you so much once again. Shane Redo is in the house. How you doing? Great to see you. As well as we got Punchy Paints here. We got Priscilla Nilla in the house. Now it's dark, the funny one with the super chat. We have Nomad Unbroken Live. We have Mishik ASMR, MFB TV, Laura Bruno. We got Casey Green, Johnny Pockney, Jim Apple, Jenny O'Brien, Jelly Duck 100, Jenna Mark, Fun and Fancy Free, Izzy and Kim. We have Haley Family. We have Game and Rubik's Lee, and we have Filipino Mom in Pennsylvania, Exploring Stranger Things UK, Computer Chick Production, Cards with Camo is here, folks, as well as Canadian Drone Hub. We got Blue Jeans Network in the house, as well as Arcade Revolution. I see some updating here. The list is kind of going back and forth. If we missed you, please say hello. Just highlight our name so we can say hi to you. Jenny O'Brien, the lady that keeps us in line since it's 35 degrees Celsius here. Yes, it is piping hot. Piping hot it is. It is. Sick of it. Sick of it.
That's right. So send some rain from UK and super chat. Grant McIntosh was my favorite super chat right there. It's a unicorn. Yeah, I think we should do the unicorn night soon because we haven't had that in a while. It's a unicorn.
Thanks a lot for that, Grant. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Jackie, food reviews. There's a resident sweetie. How you doing? Great to see you, Jackie. We have the Ace Deuce family. How you doing? Great to see you. D at Spectral 17, welcome. Rosie O'Kelly is in the house.
Oh, Rosie,
how are you?
Rosie.
How are you doing? We watch. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to say hi. It's great to see you. Hope you're having a great summer. Tonight is a great topic, and I think this is one of my personal, exactly what to do, but I'd say for myself, this is probably one of my top YouTubers. If all top three, but I'd pretty much say at the top of the game, that's for sure. Grant McIntosh with another unicorn we can't thank him enough for. I'd love to thank him for it. Cards with Camo says it's 20 degrees Celsius in Nova Scotia. I'd love to be in Nova Scotia. I'd love to be in South. Second is for Andrew. Well, thank you, Grant. Super sticker, super chat. Super sticker, super chat. Super sticker, super chat. There you go.
The Ace Deuce family here, Glitchy here as well. D at Spectral.
There we
good
go.
to see you. And we have back-to-back super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Grant McIntosh with another unicorn.
Burn it on the face. Burn it on the ears. Danny Black, what are you doing? How you doing? Lincoln, how are you?
Hello, and thank you so much. What is Danny doing here? Under the blanket again, hiding from Emma. He is away from internet. He's supposed to be off social media for this month.
Why do women gotta call guys out every time they do something?
Well, he announced it on Instagram publicly, so
it's like her ovaries and your ovaries connected like Care Bears and decide to like out them.
Rosie said she never. Rosie says she never misses a live stream.
You're too sweet. You really are. You really are. Thank you so much. It is really nice to have you in here.
Good to see you. And
Jay Young, how are you? Yeah.
Cards with Camo is plus 20 Nova Scotia. That is great. We should go to Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Yes, we love Nova Scotia. We're actually considering the idea in the future of moving to Nova Scotia. That is somewhere in the discussion.
Very much so. Very much so.
I've been with you since the beginning. I'm your number one fan. Lincoln, you were too kind. We always love seeing you, buddy. And I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're doing great. It's great to have you guys in here.
You see, not all bald people are the same, Jay Young, I must say. So I'm not sure if you're quite on the topic this time.
But there's going to be a message into it that some that follow bald people in here might just pick up onto. I've thought of that already. There might be a little inkling into it.
A little inkling.
I have to listen really carefully. You're all messed up. I hope you're happy. You scared Farmall.
Now, I don't know how much informative it's going to be today and how much it is going to be more of a discussion. We are going to show you little clips of a video that we want to share with you guys and talk about a very actually serious topic. As always, we just start a little bit off the clue here. English is not my first language. But share it out. Click the like button, trust us, and share it out. That's all I can say.
And folks, we're not going to play every
Super
little.
super chat, some six super chat, some six super chat, some six super chat. Grant McIntosh. With that little wink in his eyes, I can see that sparkle jumping out of his eye right now. Your unicorn sparkle right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I can see something climbing out of him.
Thank you so much. Glitchy, thank you.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you for getting her all one. Yeah. I know they're all none of me like that. I know. I know where you stand. I know what team you're on. You're very good at hiding it, but I've been able to read between the lines. Folks, we're not going to show all the video. I really hope you guys will go over and watch this later on tonight. We're going to be putting the link in the chat later on. Please go over and watch this in full. And if you can, try to check out one or two videos. You're going to see why. You're going to see why in a minute, okay? And first off, I want to say right off the bat, think of it like a gigantic disclaimer. I know it's trendy to hate on YouTubers that are over 1,000 subscribers. It's always been like that. I don't know, there's something, and the bigger ones, over 100,000, a million, they're to be despised. They're all sellouts. So I don't buy that. I never did. And this is one of my favorite ones for the simple reason is the way he runs his show. Really, Farmal? Really? He's really laying down the boom.
Just don't pay attention to it. Continue on.
Oh my God Almighty.
Tokyo Drew, good morning.
Hey, how are you? I was watching the end of your live stream. I couldn't comment because we were getting set up, but I did enjoy it. It's always great to see you. Great to see you. And Lincoln says, hashtag Team Pusa. Well, thank you so very much. We're not a membership. You guys are individuals. Never be others. We just love when you guys are here. When you guys are here, we're a team. And then after that, always be your individual on this platform. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you first to the channel we're going to talk about here. You've seen him here a couple times. You've heard us reference them many times. Like I say, probably my favorite YouTuber, if not top 3, but I'd be safe to say my favorite. Bald and Bankrupt, yes, 1.95 million, almost 2 million.
Yes, not so long ago we actually did a video.
Yep, that's right. Started in June 12th, 2018. Almost 250 million views. Not a network guy, not an anything. Actually, not that good of an editor. This is why I love this guy. I believe in good editing. I believe there's a place for it. But everybody has their strengths and is playing on your strengths. And this is a channel. This guy has always played on his strength of being an entertaining character. He can go into anywhere. It's a selfie stick camera. No heavy editing. Into some of the most interesting places, and to my opinion, especially because it's not the usual travel stuff. It's not like, oh yeah, here we go, we're going off to Aruba, and we got a 5-star hotel, and we got a private jet. No. This is where you get out and you really go with the locals, where you don't have a tour group setting it up for you in advance. It's personality driven. And that's why this guy is so amazing to me. So that's why I've referenced him many times. Now, he came back and ended up in Belarus during the quarantine time. He's originally from England. He's bald and he's bankrupt too, by the way. He doesn't lie on that. He's kept his word. He was married to a girl from Belarus. And they're divorced. They have a child. He doesn't let a lot go about his personal life. But we do know that much.
Yeah.
And he landed back in Belarus, figured it was safer in Belarus, which really it is, in all honesty, than going back to England, because England had one of the highest rates of COVID in the world. It makes sense to stay somewhere where it was a little more relaxed.
Yeah, at the time.
He did quarantine. He did all that stuff. But then Belarus, there's not really much to shoot. He's been there a couple of times and stuff like that. So he decided to go off to Serbia. And Serbia was no lockdown whatsoever. Just kind of open arms. And as a YouTuber, he thought that'd be a great place to go make some videos. He's trying to do all the ex-post or the post-Soviet countries. So he went there. And along the way, I think you can guess where this story is going. He ended up sick himself. He kind of disappeared. He does not do a lot of social media. He does Instagram. Pretty much that's it. And everyone was wondering where he was going. Finally, word got out that he was sick. He wasn't just sick. I mean, he came very close to packing it in. And he finally put out a video today talking about it, and I had to watch it like 3 times. You ever have that? There's certain people in your life that I don't want to say hero, but you really truly respect. But in this day and age, you're almost kind of nervous to respect them because you never know what's behind the curtain. I've had that happen to me more than I can think of. But when I watched his video this morning, it showed me why I respected him, and that's why I want to share this with you guys tonight. I think there's a lot of messages for YouTubers in there, and I also think there's a lot of messages for just everybody in general. It is really, really an amazing video. We'll put the link in after for you guys to go watch in full. We'll show a few little excerpts and stuff like that, but I really think it's important to go over and see it, because then I'm hoping you'll get to watch some of these videos. And even past his talk about COVID and what happened with that, which I think was quite inspiring for many reasons that you probably wouldn't guess that I'm going to bring up, is also his way of going and doing YouTube. Because in my opinion, out of everybody that's big on YouTube, he's the one that's truly doing it as YouTube was initially intended to be. I really do. I love great editing work. Editing is my passion. That's what I do. I'm not much for shooting. I can't stand it. I'd love to have somebody shooting my stuff and then me editing it. But this has the feel of what I think YouTube was wanting to become. If it had control over itself, it could really set its path. I think Bald and Bankrupt would be top of the list for that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that we really feel close to this creator beforehand as well. We followed him through his path of 900K and even him hitting 1 million. Not that we helped him, he didn't need help. We just witnessed that amazing milestone, and all those videos are down below as well. So we are following him up close, even because he is just, I think it's just amazing, live, raw, and just very real, which is, I think we're missing a lot of times on YouTube.
So without further ado, we'll just take a look at a short clip here. Like I said, we're just going to break it up in sections. I don't want to play too much of it. I'd rather you go see the full part of it. And I'm going to be leaving out some really interesting stuff purposely, so it's worth your watch. But here's a little bit from him.
I flew to Serbia, as some of you know who follow me on Instagram, about a month ago now, a little bit more. And when I was here, I was just living a normal life in Serbia. Serbia wasn't in lockdown. I thought it was the perfect place to come make some videos for you guys. However, I caught coronavirus, COVID-19. My own fault, I think, really. It wasn't being as safe as I should have been. So I've got no one to blame apart from myself.
Right there is why I respect this man so much. Look at everything we've seen since we've been on YouTube. Every scandal, every disaster, every mess, and seen some of the most childish, pointless behavior that almost makes you embarrassed to even be on this platform. How many times have you heard somebody, I was thinking that, I can't get that out of my head, how many times has somebody said to blame themselves?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. People always find other people to blame. Yep. Other reasons to, circumstances, whatever else. And here, very blandly and very honestly, that's what I said about being raw. He said, no, it's just me. It's nothing else. It's me.
I have nothing but the greatest respect for that man, just right there alone for that, because it feels like such a rare gem on YouTube. You never hear it. You never hear it. We're watching one catastrophe after another happen on here. And it's the whole world's fault. It's this spoiled, rotten adult child syndrome that goes on. And for somebody to sit there and do it and just speak their mind and just say, you know what, I made a mistake and there's nobody to blame but me, that right off the bat gets total respect for me. It always will. And if you've ever followed him before, or if you haven't, usually this guy here is in some pretty rough places, and I've never seen him look the way he's looked in this video. I believe every word coming out of his mouth, because I've never seen him look shell-shocked. He even admits at one point that he thinks he has PTSD from what he's seen in the intensive care with people passing away around him and some of the treatments that were done and stuff like that in a hospital in Serbia. And like he said, he was he's not even a resident of the country.
No.
He was very thankful, and he took time to thank all the doctors and the nurses and everybody that treated him, even though he was from out of country, because a lot of strings were pull to try and get him in there. Yeah, no, it definitely, I found it very impactful.
And the biggest mistake was that I didn't go to a doctor immediately. I sat in an apartment with it for 10 days. I don't know why. I think a number of reasons. One's I'm a Brit, and us Brits, like, we hate going to the doctors. Two, a little bit of macho-ness maybe. And three, I don't know, just I thought, oh, it'll be all right. I'm young, or young enough. You know, I'm not in the age group that dies from coronavirus. So I waited in this apartment for 10 days as I steadily got worse and worse and worse.
And he goes on, like I say, I don't want to play everything into it, but he goes on to talk about his symptoms and how they progressed. And it was quite scary. Like, he really went into detail about what it was like in that place on his own.
Yeah, basically, if his friend wouldn't have got him at the right time, he was literally dying slow death in his apartment before he even went to the hospital. And even in the hospital, you know, at the beginning. You know, and that's also, per his own admission, it was his own responsibility, his own choices. Later on, it was a little bit foggy choices because of what, you know, symptoms he had. But nevertheless, he made his own choice, even after having it, not to go to the hospital.
Sorry, I'm just moving around here between next spots. So, yeah, so that was, I think it's really important to stress that part with it. I think that he really nailed it home about how bad this disease can be. And once again, like you said, not everybody will get it in that level or get it, or even if you're in the 1%. But even if you're the 1%, what it can be like if it does happen to get you, what it can be like, how traumatic, etc. Really painted a really awesome picture of it from somebody who's actually had it. And I think I'm not much for soapbox people. You know, they get on their soapbox because they have a platform and telling everybody what to do. I appreciate it more that he just shared from his own experiences and just kind of a chance to kind of, you know, remind everybody that what it can do. Because I feel sometimes now it's gone a bit, we kind of lose track of that sometimes, the power, what it can do to us. It's not as scary as it first was. By the way, Grinds Finds, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing amazing. Another fantastic channel. Just got my new mask today, and when I saw his video, I am glad I had ordered it. Well, that is awesome, Pixelpia. That is really awesome. Bald and Bankrupt is a great channel. I have watched him for a long while now. He certainly is Bearded Pig. I was saying he's I arguably my top YouTuber. And a video today like he did is, I think, just sealed the deal with me, to be perfectly honest. I think of so many other YouTubers that would have been in his position, what it would have looked like. I think that's what it is. I could see so many of them making some mock ass joke out of the whole thing, or downplaying the whole thing, or on the other side milking it for all it's worth. Like, he didn't do videos in the hospital. He didn't, you know.
Well, I don't think he was able really to do that at some point.
But it's not his personality. I wouldn't buy he's that type of person.
No, I agree. I agree that he's not that type of person for sure.
Awesome Epic Adventures. G'day, how are you? It's great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, folks, we are yellow coined because of this. So if you haven't hit the like button, well, the yellow button, sorry, might as well call it the yellow button. If you haven't hit the like button, you can turn that one blue. Enough blues will help conquer the yellow. So there you go.
Now, he did mention a couple of reasons why he didn't go to the hospital right away. And one of the reasons is exactly what we're talking about today. And as you have seen in our description and the title, is too far to be a YouTuber. One of the reasons he was mentioning is a pressure of being a YouTuber. And the first time when I heard it, the first time we watched the video, I thought, a pressure? You're almost a 2 million subscriber channel, you know? But, you know, after thinking about that, yes, I mean, there's much more dependent on that video being successful or not successful, or being released or not released, than it is for any of us, most of us here in the chat. Now, that's the part that one of the parts that almost killed him. He felt the pressure to continue on with YouTube, and that's why he traveled to Serbia, because he wanted to have more footage and new footage to put out there, because nobody knew how long this lockdown is going to last. He needed footage, he needed new videos. He felt the pressure. He said it himself in the video that he felt the pressure of being a YouTuber, so he continued his travels, and that was his choice. And that's what we're talking about today. How far is too far? How far are we pushing to get the views that we all are looking for? And sometimes those are not really the right choices. You have all heard about a lot and numerous cases before this when people have died making wrong choices just to get the views, and this is what we're talking about today at the same time as we're raising awareness.
Grindsfine, that's awesome. See, Grindsfine says needed to take a break, but feeling refreshed. How have you been? That is awesome when people do that. That's courage and believing in your product when you do that. I truly believe that, and it's a smart way to go. And I no worries about you making good decisions, Justin. That is awesome. Ben, okay. You can go and see our community tab. You can see a picture of me yesterday. I got a wood allergy. Some people thought Xenia beat me up.
No, come on. It's a not good thing to talk about whatsoever. Some people actually have to go through that.
She didn't beat me up.
Thank you.
He is right about the pressure. I have not made many videos this year. I feel I have let people down by not teaching and sharing. It's tough. Bearded picker, it is true. It really is. It really is. There is a lot of pressure on here. I took off my pants once. Don't do a total flop. I can't put that cat back in the bag either. Yeah. Something like that is hard to take back once it happens. That's for sure. Oh, you just took your selfie with your mask on. Oh, that is so cool, Pixelpia.
That is awesome.
Let me refresh before we go to the next one. Let me see. There she is. I like that. There is Pixelpia. What a great idea. Looking fantastic. And with the pink here, it just sets it right off. She looks good. Oh, it looks good even with the mask. She looks great. Either or. Well, thank you so much for doing that. Wait, because I'll always forget. There we go.
Food Forest Permaculture, thank you so much for joining us. Hello, how are you?
Hope you're doing fantastic. I got another segment to play here. Actually, yeah, we'll play that at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So let's just go back here for a sec.
Moved up to intensive care, and I spent a week basically in intensive care in this hospital here in the suburbs of New Belgrade, trying to recover basically. I saw some terrible things in that intensive care unit. On the 1st of July, I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning to see the person in the bed next to me being resuscitated manually by the nurses and doctors. There were nurses and doctors all around, and they were trying to resuscitate that person. It was an older person, but I just remember lying there, just watching this, just thinking, what the fuck is going on? I'd never seen a dead person before, definitely never seen anyone die before, but that person died. And that scared me a lot, because I was like, well, if that person can die, they weren't that old, then who knows about me?
And he goes into even more detail into it. Like I said, I'm just giving you guys little bits and pieces. I want you guys after to go and check them out. And like I say, don't just watch this video. Watch 2 or 3. I really think he is the quintessential YouTuber. I feel anybody who doesn't know who he is really missing out on a YouTube experience. And no disrespect to the big ones, way bigger than him and all that stuff. I truly believe, like I said it a while ago and I'll say it again, he epitomized what YouTube was originally going to be, you know. Oh, sorry about that, Justin. Sorry. Yeah, we're not going to be too much on that stuff. Actually, if that was the part we just played, if that's the case, we're not going to have another part of that. So, no, I don't think, because we're jumping it ahead. I just have a couple of markers here, just little bits and pieces. I just was more wanting people to go and really hear his full story, you know. And this is, if any of you have ever traveled, like, you got to realize, Xenia, for instance, in Latvia, I've been to every country from Iceland all the way down. I'm missing Italy and Portugal and Monaco, and I've done every country basically that borders Russia, Belarus, etc. And then the Balkans, which he is into. I've only been as far as Hungary and then down to Croatia, but I do want to go there. But this is one of the things you deal with on a day-to-day basis when you go off the beaten path, is just how Martian-like you can feel by times in another place. And Latvia, I've now been to a number of times. I've driven all through it. I'm way more than Xenia because she doesn't have a license. I've driven all these highways and done all these things. But still, like, there's times where I feel so out of place and it's not the locals' fault. They're not doing anything to make me feel that way. It's just the nature of being somewhere where you feel so foreign. And to be in a hospital, maybe a terminal patient when it's all said and done, that's got to be one of the worst feelings in the world. You know, that to me, that's terrifying. And it is something that crosses my mind, you know, because when I would go over there, it's, all families back here, but also to be able to correspond with people, especially like places like Serbia, that can get quite hard. He's lucky in that he speaks Russian, so that gives him an up onto there. If you didn't, it would be 10 times worse. They'll find somebody that can speak a little bit of broken English now and then, I'm sure, but your chances of running in, the more you get into specialized treatment like that, the doctors in that most likely speak some English just because of correspondence and lectures and that. But the nurses in that would be near impossible, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and he was in a smaller, it wasn't like the main city hospital. It was an offside village kind of hospital. It's New Bratislava, I think. Even the doctors might not have known, or maybe the one doctor. You know, it's not like in the main hospital where everybody is like internationally connected. Yeah, you know, could be even in Serbia, in the small towns like that, especially in that area, you don't see everybody talking in English for sure.
I agree, Bearded Picker. It is nice. He has a true love for. That's what I love about him doing that. He has that British quirky sense of humor, but he's not patronizing. If you're not used to it, like I remember the first time we found him, he was doing not Kosovo. It's divided into 2 territories at the far back. Jeez, I can't think of it right now.
Bosnia.
Yeah. No, further on. Anyways, I'm gonna look it up for a second because it's gonna drive me crazy. But I thought, oh my God, is he making fun of them? And then you realize very quickly, no, it's not. Because Xenia's used to it. We know as soon as we see something from Eastern Europe, a lot of times they either come in and it's kind of like tongue-in-cheek or something like that. Because of course it came at a Soviet time. Some countries have more trouble than others to build things up. And but yeah, no, he wasn't being sarcastic. It was being him. And within 10 minutes, like, finally, there's a guy who can travel here and gets it, and he really does get it. So the service you do. Oh, Brutal Jenkins, what's going on? How you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you. And thank you so very much. We were talking a while ago about apologizing. That's something that you can see at the beginning of this video. Was done very well we were saying we don't see a lot of YouTubers apologizing for their mistakes and stuff like that, where this guy truly did, which makes him so awesome.
Well, most of the time when YouTubers are apologizing, there's a lots of tears and very little substance to what they're saying, and really very little reality to the words that they are saying, you know. And here it was none of that. It was very raw, was there. And it was very understandable, you know. He didn't make a drama out of it. It was milking it. It was very up to the fact, you know. And once again, it's what's is missing on YouTube. You know, that's what it is missing is real life.
Accountability to your viewers without overselling it, without turning it into a me fest, without turning it into a drama fest for views. Just being honest and frank and to the point, saying I screwed up. It was on me. I'm not blaming the people of Serbia, because a lot would have did that too.
Oh yes.
Oh, I came to Serbia and ended up getting here, and if they had taken better care of me, blah 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 blah. He never did none of it.
Yeah.
Total utter respect for that. And the country was Moldova. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Moldova.
Yeah.
The Artist Devil, how are you? Great to see you. Indiana Tones, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're all doing well. Folks, tonight's not our usual type of night. We're yellow coined right off the bat. We knew it was going to be a hard night to get people in here, but if you can hit the like button and tweet it out, it does help out a lot. We're talking about Bald Bankrupt and his near demise in Serbia after acquiring COVID. So he did a video today talking about it. There's his channel there. I really hope you'll check him out. Like I say, my favorite YouTuber on YouTube for the big ones. You know, apologizing for being wrong seems to be non-existent nowadays. The truth will always be exposed. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Brutal Jenkins couldn't agree more. Very well said. Here's another little clip. Here's another one from him, folks. I hope you guys are really listening to this one as well.
Anyway, I've been out. I was released a couple of days ago. Oh, when was I released? Yesterday I was released. And I've checked into a hotel in Serbia to recover. This really has knocked the stuffing out of me. And I just wanted to make this video just to say, please be careful, guys, because I was a dick, really. You know, I took chances. I travelled where maybe I shouldn't have travelled because, you know, I've got a channel on YouTube and you feel the pressure to make some videos. You're like, okay, I'm going to go make some videos, but really that was a stupid thing to do. I should have just stayed home, ridden this whole thing out like everyone else. So, yeah, please be careful. Look after yourselves. As I say, just because maybe you're in a certain age group, you're under, you know, you're not in your 70s or 80s, you think you're going to be fine, everything's going to be all right. But look, I'm not that old. And look what it did to me. So if you get any symptoms, just go immediately to the doctors, you know, and start getting the process started. Don't wait like me for 10 days.
Yeah. Once again, the pressure of being a YouTuber and, you know, delayed reaction of his own on the situation that he was in. Once again, you know, just generating that it was his own choice in what he was doing.
Your volume was down. Okay, I went to set it, then you stopped talking.
Mishik ISMR, yes, you know, definitely. I think that just YouTube becomes sometimes too much overflowed with these apology videos, like that are not really genuine. Just even if you search apology video on YouTube, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's not genuine. It's rehearsed. It's scripted. You know, and we're not gonna measure how much one person cries or the other. Nobody's gonna collect the tears, you know, in a jar. But just the tone of it in general. I mean, it doesn't have to be all dramatic performance, you know. It's what you're talking about that matters at the end, you know.
It stands out, this one, just because it actually has credibility to it. It's done in real class, in the fact that there's no big fancy set. It's not like booyah or this and that and everything. It's somebody being sincere for a moment. And if you watch it over, and like I say, folks, to really get the context of it, you got to watch it in full. We could have did that and stopped and played and stopped and played and stopped and played. I don't think that's fair to him. It's his story, not ours. This is more of a little bit of bait to get people to go over and see it. There's also a lot of, oh, well, big YouTubers, they all suck. We got to hate them. That's what I was told. And I've always found that the dumbest thing ever. I mean, what happens if you get big tomorrow? Is everybody supposed to hate you? People forget about that all the time. There are some good ones out there, and I really like his message. I think he really did a service to his fans by doing it the way he did. But I wouldn't expect any different from him. If you watch his videos enough, you'll see it. That's why I like him as a YouTuber. I feel he's probably the most genuine one that's on there at that size. Now, it's not to say there isn't other ones, but I just feel for me, this guy really takes the cake. And this video today sealed the deal. It really does.
And why you might be wondering why we are talking about that right now. Well, yes, his video came today, and you know, I'm sure after you watching it, it's gonna speak to you somehow. But we all know what's going on around the world, you know, as well as in the U.S. And although we are in Canada, we're not, you know, cleared whatsoever. And you guys, if you are in U.S., you are still our neighbors as well. And it's just fascinating in a very sad way how much it changes to the worst right now. Even if you just looked at the Google as YouTubers and look for the way people have been searching for COVID-19 for symptoms, for you know, anything related to the disease. There was a huge spike in March and April when everybody was getting hyped up about it. But if you look at it now, people are looking more for what the weather is like. What is going on, in music, in sports. Then they are looking for COVID. The surge of COVID has plummeted since the end of May tremendously. It's almost none in United States right now. And it is super sad. It is super, super sad because it is nowhere near to the end. And if you are in the United States, you know that it is even worse than it was in March. In April, it is much worse now. But people are less interested in it. Are we getting too numb to hear all these stories? I don't know. But I think this is a great reminder that it's still out there, and no matter where you are, it is still out there, and it's so easy to not be foolish, not to make these decisions, regardless if you're a YouTuber and you are just pushing too far, like Bankrupt did, and by his own admission, or just as a human being.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And Chuck GRC, thank you so much for upgrading your membership. We do appreciate that. That is so kind of you.
You got those branched up plus.
You really rock. Thank you so very much for that, Chuck GRC. And Construction Cronies is showing the love with the love eyes.
Thank you so much. Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Thank you. Do appreciate. Thank you.
Really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support. We really do appreciate it. I do want to show you guys something here. This was taken from his stories Instagram. This was 2 days ago?
Just yesterday.
Well,
in the morning today, but yeah, in his timeline yesterday.
Insta won't let me do anything more than 15-second videos, unfortunately. But so I'm stuck on this bench. My hotel's all the way over there. I think I'm going to have to crawl back on my hands and knees. I'm like an 80-year-old man. I've lost all my muscle mass and all my lung capacity in those 3 weeks.
He literally went for a walk 100 meters away from his hospital because he just got released 2 days before, and he wanted to get some fresh air. Literally 100 meters away from hotel, and that's the toll that it took.
I can't get over him in this video because if you when you look at him here, even you realize that he's probably wearing a couple of sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks a little bit more like him. I thought, well, he's not so bad worse for wear after going through all this. But then you see him here and you can really see what it's done to him. And I mean, he's not a fat guy, but he's also not a rake either. This, he enjoys his time. He wears it proudly. And yeah, it just shows you how much of a toll it's taken on his body. So we wanted to pull that out to show you as well, just what it's done to him. But he came very close to the end. I just thought it was an amazing video he did. I so respect him as a YouTuber. I like to think we try to be like him in some sort of way, that we share the same principles. I can't speak for him, but I feel there's just so much. And I'm not saying I want everything whitewashed. Everything should be sanitized. He's not sanitized. He curses. He gets people, they get drunk out in the middle of the forest and stuff. It's not about that. It's about doing whatever you do honestly.
Yeah. And
owning up to it, and just accepting what it is. Not doing it for. There's nothing wrong with making we have that talk. Clickbait. Clickbait is a great thing. Everybody's so scared of it, but it's really actually a great thing. The whole point is to get people to watch what you do, as long as you're not lying. If you're lying, it's a great way to kill a channel. Guaranteed way to kill a channel. Nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody that would watch what you're doing wants to be lied to. And I just feel in a time where he could have milked this to the end of time, he really took the classy way through it and proved that all these videos that he built up to almost 2 million subscribers was the honest way. And it actually gives me a little bit of hope to be on this platform, that you can do things, because I'm watching at a time when I see so much lying, so much faking, so much bullshit going on, I can barely plug my nose at. But here's somebody who didn't do it. And he had the perfect opportunity to do it right now. This guy could have milked that for all it was worth, and then some. And he didn't. And that's pretty cool. I don't want to say restores my faith in humanity down that far, but maybe my YouTube humanity just a little bit. Unapologetically Gomes, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. And Motivational Theory Running, how are you? Great to see you.
How are you doing? Good to see you
Good,
here.
Good to see you both.
Yeah, we were watching over about a Bankrupt video about his nightmare experiencing COVID-19 while being in Serbia, and talking about how far we sometimes push as YouTubers to get the views.
Yep.
Which he also admitted in his own video that really he went to travel during the pandemic, knowing what possibly, but not really believing at the time what possibly could happen because of the pressure from being a YouTuber. And really, he could have died. Really, he could have died, by making this choice.
Agreed. Chuck, GRC, I love what you said there. We can live vicariously through him. I envy his lifestyle.
Yes, definitely.
And you can make your own path, and it shows you that there is still room for integrity. And once again, I can't stress it enough. When you go to his channel and you look, there it is right there. Joined June 12th, 2000, and really only started doing stuff last year. The first India stuff wasn't as much of a push as the Soviet.
No, yeah. Well, he started to do his Chernobyl series and actually posted them, I think, right around the time when Netflix did its own Chernobyl series. So it kind of was coincidental that they were both at the same time on internet, and I think that's how majority of people actually found him.
Yep.
Because people started to have a heightened interest into Chernobyl story and post-Soviet in general, and that's how he flew, because we made the videos about his 900K and crossing 1 million 10 months ago. I was just looking at it today. It was at the end of August. He hit 900K, and then in September hit 1 million.
Which he came and thanked us for his support
yes,
now, which is something I'm very proud of.
Yes, he did.
I'm very proud. That's probably one of my prouder moments on YouTube, because I think so much of him and the Traveling Clat that we followed for a long time, having the Traveling Clat on, and that was really cool. That was pretty neat. So.
Yes, definitely.
Here's one. We'll play one last little piece from it.
And I've got a long road ahead of me of recovery. I don't know. Going to be a few months now. The antibiotics have taken its toll on me. I think they've screwed my teeth up. Like the enamel's peeled off my teeth and stuff. This disease is a fucking killer. It's a nightmare. So please look after yourselves. Take care. I know that whole thing. I hate being told what to do in life. Honestly, I hate being told what to do. I hated it when my government said, wear a mask, wear gloves, do that. Oh, who are you to tell me what to do? But, it's for your own good. And so what? Just bloody wear a mask if you have to, for God's sakes. Who gives a shit?
If that ain't bold and bankrupt, nothing is. That's his usual speech right there, just the way he was talking and that. But like I say, in this video, it's something I've never seen before on him was fear. And this guy's been in some pretty hairy situations.
Oh yeah, like even in Chechnya where he almost got really detained, some really, really, really scary, life-threatening situations.
Yep.
Definitely.
He had to do a video apology and stuff like that and everything. He was in a pretty hairy one for a bit.
Yeah.
And not to pick, my wife is from there, but I mean, there is going to be parts of every country has their own things. And Eastern Europe, there are some. If you're a foreigner, it can get pretty rough pretty quickly. You got to watch what you do and be very mindful by times. So
he definitely changed my perception of British people as well in general, because especially before I came over here, unfortunately, after getting our independence from Soviet country, a lot of British people were coming for their stag parties to the country that I'm from, and we didn't have the best of association, especially for the male British tourists, So I was kind of a little bit weary when we started watching his stuff, just because of the stereotype, really. But I admit he changed it. He changed it in my view for sure, because of the way he was portraying the really raw, the inside true way of lifestyle, especially in the ex-Soviet countries in that region. Keep
on doing videos as usual when all that is going on, but then I say, what the heck? Oh, definitely no.
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. That's a different also question.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, even say you have a video and 2 people watch it. two people have enjoyed themselves for a couple minutes, and even if it wasn't for them, at least they got something to comment on to get involved with. You know, it's a plus no matter which way you look at it. It really is. It really is. Swamp Picker, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're doing amazing. Always great to see you in the house. I told my doctors to cancel all my appointments because they are not helping me for nothing, and I'm going to fight this pain by myself. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I feel for you. I feel for you. As a chronic pain,
Suffer.
Yeah, I don't like that word, but yeah, I get you. I get you. To regards what Pixel P was saying, I think a lot of people are looking for YouTube as escapism kind of way, especially when it happens right now. I just worry that right now we are too much pushing into escapism, so far so that we pretend that nothing has changed, nothing is happening, and everything is back to normal, when in fact it isn't, and it's far away from it. And unfortunately, it looks like we will have to, and we are already, especially in the United States right now, we'll have to pay for that, and I don't know if it's worth it, maybe we can just all gather together for a couple of months and do what we need to do instead of, this prolonged torture that everybody, have to go through. And some of them in the direct meaning of the word, Paranormal Exploring, hello, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Swamp Picker, good to see you too. How are you doing? Good to see you. What do you guys think? How far it is too far to push when it comes to being a YouTuber? How much is too much, and how much is okay? Because lots of YouTubers, especially viral YouTubers, are really pushing the limits. And by that are encouraging a lot of smaller YouTubers, maybe younger generations, to follow them and do similar things, which we don't hear about because they don't become viral, but sometimes they end pretty badly,
Definitely. Most
Definitely.
I get a chill in my bone every time I hear of a hurricane coming or a tornado or anything like that, because I'm worried somebody we know in here is going to go and put themselves in danger to try and get that great YouTube shot.
Yes.
I think of it every time now. Every time I hear one, I mean, we know people from around the world thanks to YouTube, which is a great thing. But that does cross my mind by times. It really does. Mishik ASMR, thank you so very much for being here. You have a fantastic night.
3 a.m.
Yes, take care of yourself. Get some rest for sure. Completely understandable.
Absolutely. I don't know how we can change the way things are going right now. People forget so fast. I think by doing the videos like this and talking about it, by keeping it out there, not only when it went viral and everybody was doing videos with COVID-19 in their title just because everybody was searching for it, it's not done. So why are people not making the videos anymore? The question is, by making the videos, by raising awareness, by talking about it, by sharing their stories, like Bankrupt did. He shared his experience and his story. I think that's how we can raise awareness and talk, like by keeping it in the conversation. By taking it out of the conversation, avoiding it, we're pretending it's not there, and that has the opposite effect. And maybe we as YouTubers, with no matter how small or big audience, we have some responsibility about doing that, really. Because even if we can impact one person by doing these types of videos, that's already is a lot.
There's other people that's talked about and stuff like that. This is the first one I called, just for the simple reason was when I heard his message this morning, I called Xenia and we made a decision to cover it. We knew it was going to probably get us yellow coin right off the bat. We knew what it is. But it feels like there's so few genuine messages that come out on here, especially from bigger YouTubers, that it would be a shame to pass up that opportunity. And if a couple people get to see it, I think it's a great thing. And his channel in general, folks, you really, really need to check it out. I think it's an inspiring channel for all YouTubers because it does not have all the high-grade editing and all the things that are usually associated with it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There is a place for it. But to show that you can play on your strengths. And he hasn't changed much since he started.
No, not at all. I would say even not at all. It's kind of the same way as he is because it's him. He's not making a character. He's not pretending to be somebody he's not.
Yep. Agreed.
So that definitely works for his channel for sure as well. I was surprised at how different regions are dealing with it.
Yeah, you really got a bird's eye view at that.
I bet, definitely. But also, the different situations in different regions as well. The same as it is in US, I guess, too.
Oh, double mine. Well, thank you so much. We're absolutely horrible vloggers.
Oh my God, yes.
It would not be exciting. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We're going to the dollar store and getting some clothespins because Xenia snapped on her. Buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride. That would be the kind of
Yeah,
thing.
very exciting. Very
Yeah.
exciting. Sit down with us and edit. Sit down and have a live stream. Sit down with us and post a social media post.
Join Andrew as he stares at the wall for an hour, folks. This is going to be wild.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. I'll be right back. Just leave you with it.
She's put on the hat tonight. Now she's talking all broken sentences. So, folks, if you haven't checked him out yet, like I said, we'll put the link in the chat. Make sure to check him out. And it's been a really good conversation. It really has. A lot of the videos, he has a traveling companion. She is easy on the eyes. Yes, she's a lady from Belarus, a very beautiful. She was an Instagram model, and they did a collab together, and I can understand why he wanted to do more videos with her. I could truly see his point. I mean, the women in Eastern Europe and that are beautiful women, like especially of Russian descent. That face, that nice rounded like apple face type of thing, and that they are very beautiful women. What is she doing? She's got scissors now. Oh my God, everything is such a production.
No, it's not a production. I'm talking.
Oh dear God.
Go
Okay.
on.
All right, folks. Next, join us for our arts and crafts segment that's coming here. Are you going to show them what you're doing, or?
Yes, I'm going to show them what I'm doing. Didn't want to interrupt what you were saying. Now, what I wanted to say, Pixelpia was saying that it prompted, I was happy about the mask, and that's one of the ways how you can keep other people safe is by wearing a mask, and you don't have to order them, from expensive places. Like I was saying to Pixelpia, you can get them almost everywhere now for pennies on a dollar. But I wanted to show you something that you can do if you're in a pinch and you still need a mask, okay? All you need is your sock, okay? Preferably clean, but I mean, if you just have a sock on your foot and you don't have anywhere anything else, it's fine as well. So what we do here is we cut underneath the heel, just like that, and we cut above the heel like this, so you end up really with just a heel portion right there, and then you cut across your heel right there.
These were my socks, by the way.
Yeah.
Was being the term.
You cut at the edge of one side right here, and then you cut at the edge of the other side just like this. See that? And just like that, you have a mask.
Are they from the clean drawer or from the hamper? We'll know by the look in her eyes in a second.
There you go. And you have a mask just right there. So if you have an excuse, or somebody gives you an excuse, they don't have a mask, they are too expensive, they can't spend their money right now to buy the mask, you can do that. Kids socks for kids sizes, adult socks for adult sizes. It's snug, it's there, and at least it protects you. If you can do two of them, with two different materials, that's going to be even better. But even this is better than nothing, okay? Not too bad, is it?
If she faints, they were from the hamper. Yes, excellent. I'm getting messages that they can't see us. It's buffering so badly. They can see the chat, but they can't see us. I was wondering why the chat rate hasn't been that low in a while. Coffee between.
So there
Andrew
you
got
go.
an odd saw. Yes, yes, paranormal exploring. Yes, exactly.
So there you go, guys. It's super easy. It goes on your ears, and then when you take it off, literally you can just throw it out. and that's it. And you don't have to worry about it, because I have heard people complaining that they can't afford buying them. And I mean, if you have socks, you can afford to cut one or two pairs. I hope.
Izzy said, "Smell PU," and of course me with my ears covered. Now I get featured. When it comes to stinky socks, I get the limelight. There you go.
So there you go. And yeah, I'm sure it is hard to wear it with a beard
Yes.
as well.
I love the way though you said that, bearded picker. Masks discriminate against the well-endowed beard folks. I love that.
I'm sure that a tighter ones with a tighter straps are better suited for if you have a more fluffier beard, so it's more tighter around. And no, it is not comfortable, obviously, but medical personnel is using it every day on their daily jobs for hours, and nobody's complaining about it. And it's not about you, it's about other people. And if you might think that you are not wearing the mask and it's your choice, fine. But you're making the choice for me by choosing not to use a mask, because it's me who you're endangering, not yourself. And that's the part that really bothers me.
Patricia, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lash says no lag at all, and says Patricia just got here and have no video issues. Either somebody's screwing with our channel, which this would be the topic, that would be something they'd like to mess with. But also, too, I was just checking on some live streams, and all the live streams seem to be really low in numbers right now. So I'm guessing, hoping that it's something on the server wide and not just us. So once again, it's always a toss up. But yeah, it's been acting strange all evening, as you can see. It never went up very high, and then it just started like dumping down. And that usually means that people can't get in, so they get fed up of buffering.
I use a neck gaiter. Yeah, I use a neck gaiter too. I actually have that one in my purse at all times. So there's always different ways how even a bandana, even anything at the worst is better than nothing. Thank you so much. Double Mind says I understand like 70% of what you say, but it's interesting. Thank you so much for joining us from Poland once again. Thank you. Do
So
appreciate.
awesome. Great to have you in here. I use a cocoon sleeping bag and then put a towel over my face and just sort of like that.
I'm trying to talk seriously here, and they're just bringing comedy.
Can you make me a cocoon sleeping bag out of a sock?
I probably could, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I probably could.
Yeah.
So guys, it is no excuse, and just because it is not viral in the search anymore and it's not on trending doesn't mean that we should stop talking about it. And this is just one of the ways of doing it, especially when there is such amazing YouTubers built on Bankrupt, fortunately getting out of his experience with COVID-19 in Serbia, and sharing his story, a very real one. And it doesn't matter that he's in Serbia. It doesn't matter he's British. It affects everyone.
Patricia says, I have an N95 my husband brought home from work, where he works with chemicals.
Well, fantastic. If you can, exactly, I just was showing in a pinch if, there's always a ways how to get something to protect other people. And this is what it's all about. We gotta stop being selfish. We gotta stop being selfish and start think about other people, because that's what it is about. And people who don't want to wear masks, I just tell them, don't make the choice for me. That's not part of being free. I have kids. I want to live. So there you go. So very, very multi-level videos today in reaction to that, as well as conversation with you in the chat.
That's right, folks. It was really great time with you. And if you have a chance, we'll put the link out. Go and check out Bald and Bankrupt if you haven't. And if you had, go over and check out his latest video. You'll see it in full. We just showed a couple little segments, but there it is, my COVID-19 nightmare. A really unbelievable video. Really unbelievable. First-hand experience going through it in a foreign country. And try to watch a bit more of his other videos, and I think it's really going to inspire you. It's going to show you what you can do as a YouTuber without having millions of dollars of equipment and all that stuff. Once again, his channel started in 2018, but really he started going a year after that. I'd say he started kicking in almost 250 million views now on that, and just an unbelievable YouTuber. I think one of the most positive people on here. Not that he's always bright and sunshine, not anything but. He's I would never say keeping it real because I despise that statement so badly. I feel in the end, keeping it real boiled down to it's okay for me to be an ass, and it should be okay because I'm keeping it real. I really think that he's just genuine, and that's a rare commodity on YouTube. It seems harder and harder to come by. So if you haven't checked him out, do. It's a really great watch. He really walks through what's going on with him. Welcome back, Corel. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing awesome. And folks, if you haven't hit the like button yet, if you can, please do. It really does help us out a lot. If you can share it out, and especially if you guys have a few minutes to leave an on-topic comment, because this is yellow coined. Hopefully it's going to be green coined after we're done, which usually happens, just so we can get it in front of a few more people. That's really, really helpful. Thank you for the great conversation. Not our usual topic, but it was a lot of fun to do. So, and thank you once again to everybody for all the kind wishes yesterday with the wood allergy and that. Thank you so very much. You're all too kind. You really are.
Stay safe.
Dan Andrew, although Bankrupt and Harold were being very cocky about masks and making a joke of COVID, so it's interesting they yeah, exactly. But you know what? He admitted to it. That's what I respect about him. He didn't try to brush it off and pretend that it never happened using like YouTube dream sequences and all that stuff. He really owned up to it. He fully stated that he learned his lesson, you know. So sometimes, unfortunately, that's how we do learn our lessons, and he's lucky that he's around to have learned it and talk about it. So I just thought he owned up to it pretty good. So, which most YouTubers that do stuff in here, it doesn't work out that way. That's for sure. Till next time, folks, take care of yourself. Stay awesome, and we'll catch you soon. So if you can leave a comment, we really appreciate it. Have a good night. Take care.